Nobel laureates Soyinka condemns violent attacks unleashed on Igbo in Lagos during governorship election. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Please subscribe to our channel. To get notified when we post hot juicy news updates, please click on the notification bell. Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka has expressed his disappointment regarding the recently concluded 2023 elections, more especially the attack unleashed on Igbos in Lagos State, describing them as condemnable. Soyinka, who spoke in a recent interview with Channels Television, regretted the unguarded utterances by desperate politicians whose only interest were not to serve the people but to grab power, which led to ethnic attacks on Igbos in Lagos. In a statement issued on Tuesday, the Nobel laureate added that his interview with Channels Television, which was quoted by several media organizations on Tuesday, needed to reflect every part of what he said, including his condemnation of the attacks on Igbos in Lagos during the elections. He said, and I quote, "This is especially crucial in a time of civic uncertainty, when remarks are taken out of context, spliced into a new one, provided a sensational headline, distortions become stamped on public receptivity, and the central intent of one's remark becomes completely unrecognizable. I renounce the menacing utterances of a vice presidential aspirant as unbecoming. This was a gladiatorial challenge directed at the judiciary and by implication the rest of the democratic polity. But what on earth has happened to my even more urgent condemnation of the physical violence inflicted on those designated strangers in Lagos in the lead up to and during the governorship elections? This prejudicial selectivity is a betrayal of trust, and I find its contentions of public deserving. My critique of incipient fascism in the movement remains grounded in indisputable evidence. According to him, my rejection of fascism is nothing new. On 3 occasions, I was able to send a message to Peter Obi that if he lost the election, it would buoy his followers who lost it for him. It was depressing to watch his lieutenant, a crucially positioned voice of a movement that has broken the mold, threatening the totality of social existence. Whatever our ideological leaning is, Donald Trump, the ideal template for a burgeoning democracy in the nation? On a minor note, I remain concerned by the alleged complaint by me of people not following instructions. If words are gathered in recording, the speaker can be reached for clarification. Else, simply list out the unclear section completely to avoid misrepresentation. After all, piecemeal transmission is legitimate proceeding as long as part is not represented as the whole. I'm not a member of Labour Party, so how can giving instruction become my role? Like a number of others, I have admittedly contributed to making of those moments going back several years, and it is painful to have the followers of such a movement send it sliding backwards and down the fascistic slope. I hope Channels plans to provide the entire interview after months of having to endure total fabrication of partisan utterances that are strange to me, even in their very choice of words. It is most aggravating to have this, the first I have considered in my authenticated person, casually subjected to selective editing and dissemination. He appealed that Nigerians should play by the rules of mutual obligation or else abandon public discourse altogether. Well, let me say this. Wole Soyinka has come out to say, I don't know why they waited. Some of them waited for so long. If you ask me, some of them waited for so long before coming out to condemn this thing. This act that was carried out, most especially in Lagos and Rivers State, we ask that, lesekese, they are not supposed to wait for it to cool. You come out and you condemn it in all totality. Those who were attacked, those who their sons of means of livelihood, after struggling, you don't know how they pick their 1 kobo, 2 kobo together, use them, struggle, can't use them even get. You don't know of loans we then take, you don't know of a lot of things where we say them put into their businesses, and within the twinkle of an eye, they went home fully, with hope that if I come back tomorrow, I start again. And then they come back to ruins, nothing but ashes. It is painful. Some of them, I no go, they surprised if some of them, they enter depression, some of them, then jump inside lagoon, because it is too depressing, most especially for this Buhari heat, for this Buhari period, where things, inflation, everything is high. Where do you want to start from? Justice delayed is justice denied. The same justice delayed is the same way I'm going to say. If you wait for so long to speak up concerning a particular issue, then you are as well part of it as well. Everybody knows that you as an Olai urchin, terrible. Now poverty they induce all this because of peanuts. Okay, well, me, I just want everybody to know that you see all these things we are doing, and what Soyinka is saying, as what we are doing and what he's saying is, we go hear something, just a part of it, and we don't assume. That is why sometimes I will say if this thing is true, because sometimes you don't know what is true. Gone are the days where the media gives us authentic news. They give you news that is questionable. You go hear news, no. Before you know it, somebody don't come outside the talk saying, lie you. Say, no get the time we didn't talk like that. It is high time we know that we are very important to one another. And for that reason, we should not allow misguided politicians to use religion or ethnic to divide us. Happy, beautiful, Tariq. Okay, this person just did say, yes, so, and this thing you said is actually very correct. It is high time we know that we are together. I've said it before. As election don't finish, you don't go any market, make them talk, say, if you know, say you vote for APC, if you get evidence, line up for one particular place, then go give you discount. Abi you don't go any filling station, make they ask you if you know, say you PDP member, and you vote for PDP and you get evidence, make you provide evidence, make them sell you for 50 naira, 100 naira, or 150. Have you ever gone to the supermarket and they made an announcement, if you know that you're Yoruba, please come to this side, you're going to be getting your things for 50% discount or half the price? No, it is still all of us that will suffer. We are going to suffer from the bad government. We're going to suffer from closing our mouths. We're going to suffer from not fighting back. And yet, when it is time, or when it was time for us to, we only had that time. I told us, it is either we follow dialogue, which I don't even think the government will permit, or we follow elections, or we follow, what's the last one? Or we come out and the last one I'm going to remember later. But the thing is, he said that dialogue or the elections. But when it was time for the elections, which is the only thing, restructuring the country, of course, which all these things is not going to permit us. Dialogue, restructuring the country, and election. They only gave us election. And when it was time for the elections, what did we do? We turned our back on each other. This one is shouting, now my brother, Egbomi money, Kenny money, bro, before you know it, the election came and these people disorganized us and left. Now we are left with the same spots. Now we are looking at each other suffering. Now we were even once together. We could console ourselves. Now we don't even have ourselves to console. Which day we go man up Nigeria? Which day we go know, say these people, they don't mean well for us. Whether you people like it or not, these politicians, they don't mean well for you. I've said it severally. If anything happens to you today, you will be saying they carry their matter for head. Believe you me, they're not going to give you 30 seconds of silence. They're going to continue their lives as if nothing happened. Go ask who. Alright, on this note, we've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for turning in to listen until I come here next time. Enjoy the rest of your day.